When I left that salon, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, you could not tell me a thing. It's giving ski trip, okay? How do you ski? Wait. What's up, beauties? It's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing start to your 2023. I'm so excited for today's video because we are doing a different type of hair video for once. I'm used to just doing wigs or clip-ins, and it's a quick little cute tutorial, and that's it. But let's dive a little deeper, okay? New year, let's dive a little deeper. In previous hair videos, I have gotten questions about eye tips or microlinks, if I would ever try any other type of extension, because you guys know I'm used to like wigs and clip-ins, and that's pretty much it. Tape-ins were a huge step for me. So I finally got a different type of hair installed. These are micro beaded wefts from CurlsQueen. I have had this hair installed since like mid-November. Yeah, it's like mid-November. So I want to give you guys my whole experience, talk about my whole experience getting the hair installed, along with maintenance and products I've been using, and a quick little Q&A at the end. This video is sponsored by CurlsQueen, but as always, I am going to keep it honest because there were some things I was not a huge fan of, girl. But a majority of it I loved. So if you want to learn more about this hair, keep on watching.
One time, I need to hold a corner, and it's no right. One time.
Alright, so let's start with the salon experience. I went to Salon 3 in Beverly Hills, and my girl Samantha hooked it up. She was amazing, so much fun. We had a lot in common, which was also really, really cool. So Samantha started with a shampoo and deep condition. As the conditioner was sitting up in there, she had me sit under the collagen lamp for about 15 minutes, and then we washed that out, and then I went into the chair for a nice little blow dry. Now, as she was blow drying my hair, she was putting me onto some products and things I could be using for my hair health, which I really appreciated. I'll link them all in the description box below because you can get a majority of them off of Amazon. I haven't purchased all of them, just a few so far, but I do love them, so I'll link it all below. But yes, we did the blow drying process, and then we went into installing the micro beaded wefts. And this is when things got a little tricky. So I didn't know that I did not order a light yaki texture from CurlsQueen. That is what I'm used to ordering, and I love that hair texture. It's got a nice fullness to it, a nice texture to it that mimics black hair. So I was like very excited for this experience, and then when I pulled out the hair, I was like, wait a minute. The texture I got was like a silky body wave, which wasn't bad, but it wasn't as full as I was used to with the light yaki. So like when I did the tape-in extensions, that was a light yaki texture, and it felt and looked so good and realistic, and I loved it. It blended with my hair really nice and everything. So as she was applying the micro beaded wefts, we noticed that it was kind of thin, and my hair is already very thin and fine, and it wasn't giving me that like va-va-boom that I wanted, which is fine. In the long run, it felt good because it felt like nothing was on my head, but I still wish I got the light yaki texture. So she started out by just parting the hair, measuring out the wefts of the micro beaded wefts because they're not individual. It is all on one weft with a bunch of beads on it. She measured it out, cut it, and then she fed my hair through the beads and clamped them down. It was very comfortable. It was very quick as well. She works very, very fast. So I love the experience of it, but like I said, as we were getting closer to the top, we were realizing it's not very thick and full. So she did go back in and add some tape-ins just to help give it a little oomph to it. So I thank her so much for doing that because she did want me happy at the end of the day too. So yeah, the tape-ins helped to add a little more body, and once I washed the hair, it did thicken up a bit too. Now, had I told Samantha that I strictly only wear a side part, or I only wanted a middle part, or I didn't care about tying my hair out without seeing the tracks or anything like that, I probably would have had more wefts installed in my head, but she wanted to make sure that it was as versatile as I wanted it to be, so not as many parts of my head have something on it, if that makes sense. I also have a really sensitive spot right here, so she made sure to avoid this area at all costs, which I appreciate because when I did those tape-ins, girl, we were having problems right here. She curled the hair, and then she used two of my favorite products from R & Co. First is the two-way mirror. This is a smoothing oil, and then she went in with hot balloon. Is it hot air balloon? She calls it hot air balloon. I think it's just balloon. I think it's just called balloon, which is a texturizing spray, and she used that on the bottom half of my hair. These products not only smell amazing, but make my hair feel amazing and keep the style for so long. I'm used to my hair frizzing up after a while, or it's just like not, I don't know, it gave that salon feel that I really, really liked. So I had to buy those two products because I was like, I need this every time I do my hair. So I love those. I will say they are a little pricey. I'm sorry. Hopefully they will have a sale or something, because I bought mine during Black Friday because they're like $40 each. It's $80 for 2 hair care products, girl. That's a lot. And girl, when I left that salon, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, you could not tell me a thing. I was flipping it. You know when you come back from a salon and you're just like, yes. Was I really having a bad day? Was I really sad, or did I just need my hair done? So like I said, I've had this hair in for about 7 weeks now, and the maintenance has been fairly simple, honestly. After about 3 to 4 weeks is when you should get the wefts or the beads moved up on your hair. I still haven't, but I'm not having any problems. My hair's not tangling or anything like that. As for washing the hair, I just like to use my Vegamore shampoo and conditioner, which is a dream. I don't use anything else. I love the shampoo and conditioner. I'm on my like 3rd bottles now. So when you're shampooing your hair with these micro beaded wefts in, you don't want to wash so aggressively like you normally would with your nails. I like to just part my hair in the shower and just kind of rub like this on my head, making sure that I'm getting that shampoo on my scalp, but I'm not scratching it so aggressively that it's like causing a commotion, you know? And then with conditioner, I really just used it on the ends of this hair, and like that was that, like nothing special. But the washing part of the maintenance was actually very simple, and I only washed my hair like once every week. Yeah, like once or twice, sometimes twice a week, but mostly just once a week. And that worked best for me, my hair type, and these extensions. I also cut the hair because the long hair was like a lot to deal with after a while. Like I said, the hair got a little bit thicker, but I was just like, this is too much. So I did cut the hair shorter, which I really, really like, and cut some layers in it so it looks a lot more natural with my natural hair. And then if my hair was already dry when I was going to sleep, I just wear my hair in, I do one low braid, or I would just do a top bun, and I would put my Bellamy satin cap on top, and that's how I would go to sleep. If my hair was damp still, if I washed my hair at night, I would divide my hair into, add a little bit of my Finola oil. This is like a repair crystal something, I'm not really sure, but I love this stuff when my hair is damp. And I would apply some of that in my hair and then do 2 French braids, and then I would just go to sleep like that. Satin pillowcase, of course, always. And then, like I said, when my hair was dry, I was using a satin bonnet from Bellamy. So keeping the hair in braids made it a lot easier to style the next day, just so that everything wasn't like tangled in a mess and everything like that. You do need to make sure you're not just going to sleep with your hair any type of way. So on styling days, I would undo the braids. I think the clip I have now, I had the braids in for a couple days, so they look a little crusty. And then I would go in with either my In Common Magic Mist spray or the Color Wow spray. They're pretty similar. They're not, but they are. Like, they kind of do the same thing, but they feel kind of different. I personally love the In Common spray a lot more, but I was running low on that one and it was like squirting out kind of weird, so I was like, okay, I'll just use my Color Wow spray, which does a similar effect. That INH blowout brush is great for styling if you just want to use that to actually style your hair, but I was using it more so to make sure all of my hair was dry, and then to also activate that spray, because it does need like a dry heat to activate on your hair before you go in to do like a full proper style. So that's what I was doing first, and then I just went in with my Bellamy straightener and straightened my hair. Again, I didn't have any like special technique or anything. I just parted it where these wefts were, and that's how I straightened my hair with the micro beaded wefts. Obviously now the hair is a little bit looser. Those tracks are a little looser, so it is swinging a little bit. It's holding on, like it's not going nowhere, but it is like swinging a bit, especially at the bottom sections. So those sections looked a little crazy just parted, but I could still put my hair up in a high bun and a top pony, change my parting space, and it still looks fine. You can't see the tracks, you can't see the beads, you can't see the tapes, you can't see nothing. So Samantha really did an amazing job with the application and the parting space and everything, because it still looks fabulous. I did kind of bump the ends at the end. Curling the hair was very easy as well if you wanted to do that. I personally didn't like it fully 100% straight, just because I tried to cut layers in it, and I'm not an expert at layers, so when it was just completely straight, it looked a little crazy. So after I finished that is when I went in with the 2 R & Co products. So I'd start with that serum, the two-way mirror smoothing oil. I applied that on my hair, and then I used that balloon spray, the texturizing spray, and used that on the bottom half of my hair. And girl, it looked and felt amazing. Always. I love those two products. I'll have them linked below, like I said. But yeah, that was pretty much all for the styling process. Again, going to sleep at night felt amazing. I didn't have to feel anything tugging or pulling, or like, I just couldn't feel anything on my head, which was great. It was very lightweight, and I would just throw it up in a bun, do a braid, and go about my day, go about my night, and have sweet dreams. Okay, let's get into a quick little Q&A, and then we will be all done here. So all fine to medium hair textures work, from like straight hair to super curly hair. Anything between fine and medium is kind of ideal for getting micro beaded wefts. It also kind of comes down to the hairstylist installing your hair. So this is another reason why I didn't want to do it myself. I wanted to go to an extension specialist so they knew exactly what to do, how to part my hair, how to place the extensions, because placement is super important with eye tips or micro beaded wefts. We obviously get extensions to have the volume and the length, but what good is it if like the wind blows and then you see the beads and you see the wefts and everything like that? So working with someone who specifically works with extensions and is really good on placement is a big factor as well. So based on the research that I did, the main difference really is just that eye tips are installed individually, and then the beaded wefts are obviously all on a weft, and you install a weft at a time. With the eye tips, you will have your hair individually sectioned, and it will be feeded through a bead, and then the eye tip itself is a bunch of hair that's bonded together already. They'll feed that through the bead as well. So your hair and the eye tip is in a bead, and they clamp the bead together. With the beaded wefts, all the beads are already connected onto the weft, so they'll just part your hair and measure out the weft, cut it, and then feed your hair through and just clamp through the beads. And also, like, obviously hair density plays a part of which one works better for you, but also it's kind of preference too, because I remember getting eye tips in high school and I just remember it itching really bad, and it might have been the method, it might have been the person who did my hair wasn't a specialist and didn't really know, but I just remember it was just itchy and there was too many of them and I hated it. But if your hair is thicker, you might find that you like the eye tips more. Personally, I'm just a beaded weft kind of gal. Eye tips also tend to cost a little bit more and take longer to install. So if you're like me and like you're trying to be in and out, you know, like you're not trying to sit there that long, you know, just talk with your stylist and see. It could depend obviously on each stylist. So see which one's gonna work best for your hair type, and your pockets too. Now with the correct care and maintenance, these extensions can last up to like 9 to 12 months. As previously stated, I was told I should get the hair tightened after about 3 weeks, and I might have mistaken that. Maybe it was 3 months, because in my research, a lot of places were saying 3 months. And that makes sense. If you want the hair to last about a year and you get it touched up every 3 months, that's about 4 visits to get the hair retightened or applied so that the hair can last all year. So that kind of makes sense, the 3-month thing. I don't know where I got 3 weeks. Maybe she misspoke or I misheard her. But like I said, I've had it in about 7 weeks now, and I feel like it's not so crazy that I need to get it retightened ASAP. So maybe it was 3 months. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Talk to your hairstylist. For me, I personally just love being able to get up and go. Sleeping was so comfortable, styling the hair was very easy, and it just like, it didn't require that much effort like clip-ins would or installing a whole wig would. Now again, if I were to do this process over and I wanted straight hair, I would get the light yaki texture. Or if I was going on vacation and I just needed something where I could literally wash and go and not have to worry about my hair getting wet and then my textures being different, I would just get a curly texture that matched my natural hair. So that would be the only thing I would do over. But other than that, girl, I had a time with this hair, and I'm kind of sad to take it out, but it does need to be taken out so I can film more hair content for you guys. But that is all for today's video, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any other questions that I didn't answer in the comment section below. I will have all the links in the description box below for the hair, my stylist who installed the hair, and the products that she recommended as well. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. Huge thank you again to CurlsQueen for sponsoring, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.